massive thunderstorm.
I gotta block this little river. Soaking. Look right here.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Stud Pack Custom House Project. It is bright and early, and as you can see behind me, they are already hard at work. They've been here for almost an hour, and check it out, they've already got the rebar cages built, at least one of them, but they need a few more supplies, so Jordan and I are gonna save them some time, head to the store so they don't have to. Let's go. Dude, we gotta get in and out of here fast, otherwise they're gonna be done by the time we get back. All right, back from the store. That was quick. What, about 40 minutes, Jordan? Let's walk over here and see how our guys are doing. I already see some form boards going in and a big pile of rebar cages already made. Now, already this is something we probably wouldn't have done, right? They just put two 2x4s across the trailer and they're building their cages right here on the trailer. Jordan and I probably would have been like in the pit, all muddy, dirty, bending over doing them. They're doing it up here really smart. And then I can already see they got one of the form boards up, one of the 2x6s. So they are well on their way. I say we help them out as much as we can, unload the truck for them. Hey Marco, we got everything on your shopping list. Everything's unloaded. We're ready to go to work. Put us to work. What do you want us to do?
Wrap the pipe.
Wrap the pipe? All right.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay, we'll do it. Shut it. All right, gang, let's talk about this sleeving and the foam we put on the pipe right here. Now, the purpose of this sleeving is to protect the drain pipe within it. Typically, the plumbers are gonna come in first. Before we dig the footings, we kind of did it backwards. So this will be put in first. They're gonna sleeve it wherever the grade beams are. That way, when the excavators come in here, they're not gonna damage this pipe. They'll hit this one first and protect the drain. So that's the purpose of the sleeve. At our job site, the inspector wanted to see these even after we dug the beams first. So we put them in, and it's gonna protect the pipe. I like that. Reason number two, say during the framing stage or anytime during the project after the slab is poured, we come along and we knock this off right here. Plumber's gotta come back, chip around here, put a coupling on there, and repair the pipe. It's gonna be a lot easier for him if the concrete's not on the pipe. It's gonna be nice and clean, and he's gonna have a space to work. And for the same reason, 150 years from now, if somebody wants to remodel this house and tie into this at the slab, they can do it right here because the concrete's not against the pipe. Now that this is all done, let's go check in with Marcos and see what he wants us to do next.
Something like that, yeah, just about.
Okay. Alrighty, thanks, sir.
All right.
Bye. Concrete's ordered.
Cool.
I'm ready. Just kick it on the bottom, then drop, hold the top. Okay. Yep.
Ahí está bien, lo que pasa es que nomás digo porque hay que hacer en sí hay que hacer un pedazo. Ya está los gruesos.
Cool. All right, go ahead. We're gonna tip it up, right? We're gonna bring up the edge. We're gonna kick this
Son 10 pies.
drop
Hey, go backwards. Have that end this way and that end this way.
You got it.
The only reason I was saying because the ends are longer on this way. So you go ahead and raise it up. Raise it up so that end goes in the middle.
Okay.
They get inside the rebar.
All right.
Go in the middle of the stirrups. Put them in the middle.
Yeah.
Inside.
I'm gonna straddle it.
Raise it up more. Raise it up more. More. Raise it up more. Raise it up. Raise it up. Raise it up. Raise it up.
No, you had it. You had it. Yeah.
The bottom one. Go ahead. Go. Raise it up more. Raise it up more.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Nice.
There you go. There you go.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
All right, gang, it's about noon.
Yep.
5 hours into this day, and the guys just left for lunch, but check out how much they got done already. We got the forms on 3 sides, the vapor barriers in. From what I understand, I was gone, but you and Rad did the vapor barrier?
I helped lay the vapor barrier. Rad wasn't here yet. He showed up. We were able to drop the steel in, get a little dirty. That felt so cool to drop the steel into the foundation. I can't wait to say that I put some steel in this thing, man. It's gonna be awesome.
So is it 2 guys can move one of those? You had to have 3?
Oh, for sure, yeah, 2 guys. The way that it's made up with the stirrups, you can grab it. It's really easy to grab. And when things are easy to grab, it just seems to be able to be transferred a lot more easy.
It was funny because when we were moving it out of the dirt, there's no way I could carry more than 3 of those number 5s. But when it's all together, it just seems like it's lighter. I don't know.
You're carrying 6 easy. They're all tied together, so the structure definitely affects things. But we had a blast, and they're super fun to work with.
All right, so I just got back from an hour and 20-minute round trip. Here's what happened.
Yeah, a little behind the scenes action.
Yeah, I had all these stirrups pre-made by the rebar store we got it all from, but we need a bunch of L's on this job also. We got L's going from the rebar grid up top, down here, and also in the corners. And I figured the concrete guys would have their own bender, so I just bought extra rebar figuring we'd bend it on site. But they don't, and it's much easier just to buy pre-bent L's.
Yeah, these guys are all about speed, turnover times, because time is money. So do you think that they're going to be standing out there bending rebar, cutting rebar? There's no way.
I thought we could.
I know,
honestly.
I know. And we want to do that for the video, but,
we would never stay ahead of them.
Right, and those guys are just flying, right? They're worried about running a business. We're worried about running the channel. So there's always a clash, and you got to find a way to marry those 2 items. So Dad went and got the L's.
I was headed to get the bender.
Yeah.
You called. I rerouted.
Yeah.
Got stuck at a major road construction. Had to go all the way around the lake. It was a mess, but I got them in my truck. 124 of them. Should be plenty. And I understand we're short on rebar.
We are short on rebar. We miscalculated by 6 pieces. So we got to go back to the store while these guys are at lunch so they can come back and hit it hard. 6 pieces, number 5.
Well, let's unload the L's. Well, we can just leave them in the truck. Let's hop in the truck, go get that rebar. Might as well grab some lunch for us.
Yep.
And then to get back here, and we'll get this thing all dialed in.
Yeah, I need you to come back with a truckload full of W's next time, okay?
W's? That's what I'm all about.
We need some W's on this job site.
All right, guys, this is the old F-150 rebar carrier, and what you do when you don't have a pipe rack or a lumber rack, whatever you do, whatever you call it. I put my towel right here. You can see right here, I just cradle everything, but I really need a pipe rack. All right, let's load up 6 pieces and get out of here.
Oh.
Over here, bud. I got the back seat on. All right,
Back seat treatment. Let's go. To the job site, please.
Yes, sir. All right, everybody, we are back from lunch, all fueled up. Our 4 concrete finishers are here working on the rebar, and I asked them if there's anything we can do. They said, yeah, as a matter of fact, if you don't mind taping all the seams and the vapor barrier, that'd be a huge help, because then they can start laying the rebar grid on top of it as soon as they're done with the with all this stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. Jordan picked up this really wide, 3-inch wide duct tape,
Yeah, it's lit.
and that's gonna be a lot better right here. And I know this is just Visqueen and duct tape on the vapor barrier. I know there's a lot better products, so we're probably gonna up our game. We'll up our game definitely on the main house, but for the garage, for Jordan Garage, this is fine, right, bud?
Totally.
All right, so let's tape these seams, and then I think it's almost time to put the rebar on top. Pushing it back so when the concrete does that, it doesn't like pull it off. All over it. All right, they also want us to tape around these sleeves. So all I'm doing, I'm pushing this back against our fill dirt, and I'm gonna put a piece right here. If I left it out here when the concrete's formed, when the concrete's poured, it's just gonna push it all back and could just pull the tape off. So I feel better about that. Now we'll do the bottom.
That's a rock.
I just made it loose. I'm gonna leave it. Let me help. Let me help you. Hold up.
Oh, we got it.
Oh, you got it. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Oops, sorry.
Nice butt shot.
Marcos, all these guys are working hard. I'm working hard, but these two knuckleheads are doing nothing. You got a job for them?
Oh yeah, man.
Give them something hard to
It's
do.
easy if you get a 2x4 and get those bricks over there, and we can lay them every, every corner, middle, on every single section. So we left out the rebar, for
So I know what the 2x4 is for, but why don't you tell them what it's for?
The 2x4 is basically, you put it at an angle, and it's just like a lever.
You're gonna lift it up, right?
Yeah.
Slide your brick under, go to the next one.
Oh.
Let's get to work.
I mean, work smarter, not harder. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right, let's get it, Rad. Let's go. We got this, dude.
Hey, try not to poke any holes in my plastic, okay?
Give me 1 second.
Get underneath that strip, yeah.
Yep.
Good?
Nope.
Nice.
All right, try that. All right, cool. All right, so for this one, we're gonna go underneath the stirrup to get the most support, and I'm gonna set it flat long ways. Just makes the most sense. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going under the stirrup because the brick won't span all three of those on the bottom.
Right. All right.
Perfecto.
This will go quick. Yep.
All right, gang, we ran out of bricks and we're one short, so we're gonna make our own.
Pick your preferred piece there, bud.
Let's go for the biggest one.
All right, guys, all of our bricks are in, and they're very important because they're lifting the rebar off the bottom of the footing. The plans want 2 inches between all the rebar and the edge. So there's 2 inches of concrete at a minimum around all the rebar. Dad got all the seams taped nicely. That worked great. And then let's step up a little bit. You can see on the back form, they made spray paint marks 12 inches apart. And over here on the right, they made the same mark, but on the rebar. That's their spacing for this number 3 rebar, 3/8 diameter, that's gonna form our grid work. So we better get it out of the way, because they're bringing it in. They're gonna lay it out on a lattice, tie it together, and put it up on some chairs. We'll show you what a chair is in just a minute.
I need a chair.
All right, gang, we're here on the site. This is Mr. Ernie. He is actually the engineer on our foundation. And yesterday we got a good lesson about how valuable that is here in Texas. The lumber yard we went to yesterday, Mr. Ernie, they were doing foundation repairs on a commercial building.
We do them all the time.
All the time?
Yeah, all the time.
How come?
They don't know how to build them.
Well, that's kind of disheartening, you know?
Well, actually, until about 30 years ago, there wasn't any design. I mean, people just threw this stuff down, and as a result, they have massive numbers of failures. But they just built, just went ahead, and that's where you see all these foundation companies.
They're all over the
They're
place.
all over the place.
Yeah.
But if it's designed right, it's built right, it's not going to.
Well, hopefully we know it was designed right because you did it, and hopefully it was built right because we and these guys did it. So you want to go check it out?
Yeah, you got the set of plans? Okay. These beams are supposed to be 2.6. They look deeper than that, but that's okay.
Some of them are because we had.
The deeper the better, actually. I just.
Yeah. So we had all that rain. You can tell it washed it out a little. So we had to get in there and dig all that muck out.
Yeah.
And we ended up going a little deeper, and we figured deeper's better, right? So
in the future, if there's any water in there, as long as it's not a great amount, You could just leave it there because they pour the concrete in. That just absorbs it.
It filled it up.
Oh, it filled it. All right, that's a different. That's a bit of a different story.
So-
That's what they,
Do you want to see them like this?
yeah, that's exactly right.
And then one over here?
Yes, sir.
Or do you want to see it? Is it better here or is
You
it better
actually
here?
need one on both faces.
All right. I would say, not knowing anything about it, I would say it's better there because the pull-out strength is greater,
Yeah.
right?
Just like that, and then on the inside too.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, that and the one on the outside. Both of them be all right.
Well, I actually went into town and bought these this morning. Because we were going to bend it all, but he said it's just faster if you just go buy the ones that are pre-bent.
Yeah, who do you get them from, Shep?
Concrete, contractor,
Oh, yeah,
supply,
that's
something
yeah,
like that.
I know that guy too. Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, you don't need to put the chairs on until the last minute.
Right, right.
Just before they.
But they're right there.
Because
so-
they'll knock these things over for sure.
Right. Marcos, where'd you get the concrete from? SRM?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They bought out Yancey.
Yeah, you know everybody, what they used to be and the old company name. All right, so it all looks good.
It's good.
Flying colors, we can pour.
You can pour.
All right, now,
Again, don't put your chairs up until about 10 minutes before they're ready.
oh, on pour day,
On pour it, yeah. I wouldn't get them up too soon.
because it can fall over.
When they start moving that pump around,
I see.
these guys start stepping
Yeah,
on
because
it.
they're just plastic, right? We'll show them that. And Mr. Ernie, typically on a house slab, I just see the wire mesh that's rolled out.
No, we don't use that
You
anymore.
don't use it here.
No, sir. We used to.
You used to?
Yeah, but I don't use it. I've done that before. I walked off and everything's perfect. The guys are pouring. Next thing you know, I get a call. Everything's all over the place.
You gotta turn around.
Yeah.
All right, so we all look good. Anything we can do better when we do the house? Just do the same thing?
Yeah, that's gonna be the same foundation.
It
I
is,
think.
right.
Yeah.
It's already on here. You already did it for us,
Yeah.
but as far as prepping it and everything,
No, that looks
I think
good.
we learned a lot, so we're gonna do the same thing right over there.
Make sure
times
that
3.
mat. Yeah, make sure that mat comes up when they put the chairs and everything on. You want
Right.
to get it as level as possible.
And it needs to be in the middle,
in the
right?
center of the
Right.
slab, because that's exactly where you want it. If it's for temperature only. It's not for strength. There's no strength involved in it.
It's for what?
Temperature, movement. You know,
Oh, okay.
these things expand and contract with temperature.
I see. And that's where you get your cracks.
That's where you get your cracks. Yes, sir.
And now, so you're all done. You're gonna send Jordan a letter of certification?
Yes.
Cool. That's awesome.
Okay.
Well, man, we really appreciate all your
Sure
help.
thing.
Very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Ernie. We appreciate you so
Yes,
much.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Thanks for coming out.
Well,
let's get you out of here. It's
you
kind
guys-
of
You guys are starting building houses now? Or?
First one?
This is your first one? Okay. I'll tell you what, you got the best market in the world for it right now. Jesus, there's no end to this. I keep thinking it's going to slow down, you know. But I'll tell you right now, you can't convince me this isn't the fastest growing area. My God, I've never seen anything like this.
they're building everywhere.
They got subdivisions on these back roads that I used to drive for shortcuts. There ain't no shortcuts anymore.
All right, gang, it's the next night, and it's a massive thunderstorm. And here's our foundation with all the forms and the rebar. And this is the only thing that we were trying to avoid, was just having a big, big storm, because what we're worried about is the erosion, right? And the dirt caving into our beams again. So I really just gotta say a prayer that this thing lets up. There's nothing that we can do here. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight, man. I am not gonna be able to sleep tonight. All right, gang, we're out here. Sometimes I think it's daytime because of how crazy the lightning is, but I'm panicking. I don't even have words almost. We went and bought this tarp earlier because we were using the vapor barrier to cover it, but now the vapor barrier is applied. So we're using this tarp. It's 30 by 40, but it just doesn't quite seem to be big enough. We got out here and scrambled, and we also have a pump. We have a pump in there, and it's pumping right now. We went and bought a little pump. It's pumping through this garden hose, and I actually don't even know if it's pumping water. Let me go ahead and double check over here. Oh yeah, we're pumping big water. We're pumping big water. So I'm gonna leave the pump running all night, burn the motor. If it goes dry, I don't care. I do not want to wake up tomorrow and see water in these grade beams. But to be honest, it's not the water that I'm concerned about. It's really the erosion. When the rain is hard enough, obviously you guys saw in the last video, man, what we were fighting. And if this rain doesn't stop like right now, that's what we're gonna be up against. Man, I'm freaking out, man. We had to get out here and do something. Now, the forms are holding the dirt in place, so I've got a little hope there that the forms are gonna kind of act as a barrier and push against that dirt that wants to fall in. It sounds like the rain is picking back up. I think Dad is on his way. I don't know, we're really just stressed out right now. I can't even put into words. Hopefully that pump does a good job. The main thing we're worried about is the mud, gang. It's just, it just couldn't let up for 3 days. But every day that we don't pour, we just roll the dice. And now what happens if it erodes? Now what happens if the mud caves in? We can't get in there and dig. So what do you do? Okay, take a look at this. Already full of water. And there's probably mud under it. The best I can do, it doesn't cover the whole thing. I mean, we got erosion here. It's just flood. It's just.
All right, let's try to block this off with some mud so it doesn't go there.
Okay.
Put the pump in there.
That pump's already in.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I gotta block this little
Yep.
river.
It's just.
And the inspector's coming tomorrow. And he's gonna be inspecting all of this. Just mud back in the grade beams.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was rough, man. We're gonna pour a concrete over dirt. And there will be dirt in that concrete. I'm not even.
Without getting all cut up.
Yeah.
That's the key, right? It's all full of rebar.
I'm about to get cut up.
All right, guys, check it out. We got dumped on last night, 3 inches in an hour. I don't know the total rainfall amount, but our grade beams are completely full of water. Again, we did our best to cover it with this tarp, and it was working. We even put a pump in there, but the water got so deep, it submerged the plug, tripped the ground fault, and the pump shut off. We got it going. We're gonna drain everything, pull this tarp off, and I guess assess the damages, huh, Jordan?
Yep, when we finished up yesterday and we were just so thrilled, we knew that we were gonna have rain going into the weekend, but it said it was gonna be light rain. I'm not one to trust the weather app. You know, I'm the guy like, oh, did you see the weather app? It's gonna be sunny. And I'm always the guy who says, I don't care what the weather app says. We're in Texas, we're in Houston, Texas. The weather app is so far from accurate, it's not even funny. The light rain turned into a really, really heavy rain. And once again, our grade beams are full. Now, all of my emotions for this foundation are spent.
Yep.
I don't care anymore. I literally don't care. If we
You just
remove
wanna
this
see
tarp,
concrete.
right? If we remove this tarp, pump all the water out, and there's mud in there, I'm pouring concrete on top of that mud, and I'm gonna live with it because, you know.
Well, let's pull it off. Let the pump do its job. We'll check it out.
All right. All right, gang, what a roller coaster this foundation has been, huh? Just this past week, going from absolute devastation to reclaiming it, getting it treated for termites, and ultimately making forward progress, massive progress with the steel and the forms and the vapor barrier and the guys coming out and helping us. And then 2 nights before we're supposed to pour concrete, Mother Nature just obliterates the foundation again. At this point, there's nothing we can do except laugh about it because we can't do anything to prevent it. The difference is that this time there's steel and forms in the way and there's no possible way that we can get into the grade beams. So we're gonna have to live with the dirt, but you know what, guys? I'm okay with that because it's not nearly as bad as it was the first storm. And Ernie was telling us that when he was designing this foundation can support like 3 of these garages. It really can. He said it's designed for a 3-story mason and ironclad building, something commercial. And even with a little bit of mud in here, it's still going to be plenty strong. And I have plenty of confidence in this foundation once the concrete is poured that it's going to be able to support this 2-story garage for the rest of time. I really do have confidence in that. My emotions on this thing are spent. I have no more left to give. We're actually filming this at about 7 p.m. on Sunday night, and the concrete shows up tomorrow at 6 a.m. and we're gonna be pouring. And I cannot be more excited to see concrete slab on this job site. It's gonna allow us to not only get started on the framing process, but hopefully get this area cleaned up so we can stop flooding the neighbors. And look, if you pan over here real quick and you can see the water underneath the house, we're able to get stuff right there. I mean, it's just a mess over here, gang, and we really want to get this thing cleaned up. But for right now, we're going to cut the video. Next one, we're pouring concrete. Appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and smash that like button and make sure that you got a pump ready just in case Mother Nature decides to come and completely flood the like button. And we'll see you guys in the next one, man. Thanks for hanging in there with us. We got concrete coming, man. I'm excited.